Hello friends, welcome in Python video series. In this video tutorial we'll learn how to read tuple items in Python. So whatever trick or whatever concept we are going to learn in this video tutorial, that is not only valid for tuple but that is valid for all these data types which falls under sequence type, like that will be valid for strings, list and tuple as well. Yeah, so let's just start. So here you can see I have created tuple which contains list of fruits, and same tuple just I'm printing over here. Now as we have learned earlier, uh, tuple basically follows the ordered, that is a collect data structure which is ordered and indexed. That means you can access tuple items by referring to the index number inside the square bracket. Let's say I would like to refer the second item from this tuple. Means index always starts from 0. So index for second item is 1. So simply what you can do, just you can have index 1. You have to write the variable name, and in a square bracket just you have to give the index. So 1 is the index of second item, and here I can read peers, which is the my second item in this tuple. Yeah, index always start from the 0. Now second thing we are going to learn using negative indexing, right? So negative indexing means start from the end, right? 0 means start from the beginning, but if I say -1 means starting from the last. So index of last item is -1, second last item is -2, third last item index is -3, something like that, right? So let's say I would like to print the last element, right? Last element value. Then how I can print tuple -1? That's it. Inside the square bracket you have to give the -1, and you'll get the last item, which is nothing but the orange, right? That's how basically we follow negative index. If you give the -2, then it will give you the second last item, which is nothing but the kiwi, right? Now let's see how we can read items from the tuple using a range of indexes, right? You can specify range of indexes, right, by specifying where to start and where to end the range. When specifying a range, the return value will be a new tuple with the specified items, right? So let's try to understand through an example. Let's say I would like to retrieve second, third and fourth item from this list, right, in one read. Then what I will do, directly I'm going to print this item. So I will say tuple, and inside the square bracket I will write starting index, nothing but the 1, and what would be the last index. So I would like to get up to here. So index of peers is 1 2 3, and you have to give 4, because 4 is 1 is inclusive but 4 is exclusive, right? You have to exclude the 4, means 4 minus 1 you have to read up to the index 3. So if I run, then you will see it will return a tuple, a new tuple, and starting with the index 1 2 until index 3, right? So one thing you have to keep in mind, when you use the range, it will return the another tuple itself, right? So that's how you can specify the index, and you'll get the tuple as a return, right, out of this tuple, right? So now when you specify the start and last index, right, starting index and end index, then couple of things you have to keep in mind. Here either you can specify the both starting and last index, or one of basically things you can leave, like let me show you. Let's say if I specify the starting index but I do not specify the last index, that means it will start reading from the index 1 till last. Let me show you. So here you can see it has started reading from peers, and that went till last, what you get, and that will return again tuple. Now if you do not specify the start index but only we specify the end index, right, in that case one of the index of course you have to specify, you cannot leave both the index. So if you do not specify a start index, that means it will start from the start, and it will go to the n minus 1, means here is a 4 minus 1 till index third. So 0 1 2 3 up to here. Let me show you. So it has started from the start orange and it went till watermelon, right? So that's how basically you can read data using a range of indexes, right? So when we talk about the range of indexes, then this applies for the negative index as well, right? So let's say here I am going to take negative index, like I would like to start from -4 till -1, right? So minus index of orange is -1, then -2, -3, -4. It will start from the apple, and last index is of course exclusive, right? So it will start from the apple and this will go to till kiwi. Let me show you. So it has started from apple and it went to kiwi. So you get the return as a tuple, right? Similarly, you have either here also option to either leave the starting index. If you leave the start index, that means, let's see what happens. If you do not specify the end index, then what happens? So let me show you. If I run this program again, then last second output is for this one, right? So it has started from orange. It has started from basically orange, and it will go till kiwi, right? Because last is the exclusive one, right? So that's how basically if you specify negative index, it will work. Now you have specify the starting index. A starting index means -4. So -1, -2, -3, -4. It will start from the apple and it will go till last, right? Till orange. That's how it works. So concept is almost similar when you specify the positive index. Similarly, you can same concept applies for the negative index, but negative index always start from the last, and positive index always start from the beginning. These things you have to keep in mind. Yeah. Now let's say I would like to test any of the values exist in the this tuple or not. Then you can use in keyword in that case. Like if condition, I'm going to check. Let's say peers exist in this list or not. So I'll say peers in tuple, right? If that is the case, if this condition becomes true, then I would like to print a message something like this: yes, peers is in the list, right? So if I run, then let's see what output I get. So it is printing yes, peers in the list, right? And this comparison is case sensitive. You have to keep in mind. So that's all I wanted to discuss in this video tutorial, guys. Big thank you, and see you then in the next video tutorial.